Hello students, I am back with yet another video of chapter 2 Nutrition in Animals. In this video, we will be studying about digestion in ruminants. We have already seen digestion in human beings. We have also seen that digestion in human beings is holozoic in nature. Similarly, digestion in ruminants is also holozoic in nature. But let us see what is the difference between the digestion that we have seen in human beings and the digestion that we are going to see in these special organisms, ruminants. So first of all, what digestion is? So digestion is the process by which the insoluble food that we take inside our body, which are large complex molecules, are broken down into soluble compounds so that our body can utilize these molecules. This entire process is only known as digestion. Now students, we are going to study about the digestion in ruminants. So first of all, we need to understand what ruminants are. So ruminants are mammals that are able to acquire nutrient from plant food. So they will be basically feeding on plant-based food. There are roughly 150 species of ruminants that include both domestic and wild species. Ruminating mammals include cattle, goats, sheep, giraffes, yaks, deer, antelope, etc. So here we are going to study about the digestion in ruminants. So here also you can see these are some of the examples of the common ruminants, that is cattle, sheep and goat. Now let us proceed to the dentition in ruminants. That is, what about the dentition, that is the teeth of the ruminants. So dentition in ruminants is also quite different. Incisors are absent in the upper jaw. Canines are absent in both the jaws, and molars are very strong as these animals have to chew the cud. You must have seen that ruminants, they sit and they just keep on chewing something. So that something is only cud. We'll just see what this cud is later in this section only, in this video only. So this is about the dentition. Now rumination. What is rumination? So ruminants swallow the food without chewing. So they keep the food in their mouth and without chewing itself, they swallow the food. After feeding, they bring the food from the stomach back into the mouth and chew it leisurely. This process is called rumination, and such animals are called as ruminants. Rumination is called as second chewing. So we can call this rumination as second chewing also. So as you have seen in this slide, that what happens, ruminants, they keep the food in their mouth and they without completely chewing the food, they take this food into the stomach. Later on, after some time, they bring that food again back into their mouth and chew that food completely. This process is known as rumination, and such organisms which follow this process are known as ruminants. So that's why this name has come, that is ruminants. Now let us study about the digestive system of these organisms. So starting with, you can see this is the stomach of the ruminants. We have seen this human stomach also. You must have seen that human stomach is just it is composed of one single chamber only, but you can see here that the stomach of the ruminants is composed of 4 chambers. So here also you can see the names. We have rumen, then below we have reticulum here, then we have omasum, and then we have abomasum, and abomasum is then leading into the small intestine. So there are 4 chambers. So let us see the names of these 4 chambers once again. So ruminants have 4 compartment stomach. These 4 compartments are rumen, reticulum, omasum and abomasum. And the stomach of a ruminant occupies almost 3/4 of the abdominal cavity. So let's proceed now and let us study about each of these chamber one by one. So rumen is the first compartment, as you have seen, and this rumen consists of many bacteria. And what are these bacteria doing in the stomach of the ruminants? These bacteria help in the digestion of the component that is present in plant-based food, that is cellulose. Cellulose is broken down with the help of the microbes, the bacteria that are present in the compartment, that is rumen, the first compartment, that is the rumen. So let us study about this rumen. So it is present on left side of the animal. It is the largest part of the stomach. Keep this in mind that rumen is the largest part of the stomach of the ruminants. It makes up almost 80% of the ruminant stomach. Lighter feed collects here. It also helps in the absorption of certain nutrients, and it also requires a lot of water. The process that will take place inside the rumen will require a lots of water. So as I have told you, this is the first chamber. It is the largest, and it occupies almost 80% of the stomach of the ruminants. And also we have seen that cellulose is broken down here only. Next compartment, that is the second compartment, is the reticulum. So there are many folds, and due to the folds that are present, you can see here also that many folds are present here. You can see here in this diagram, and due to the presence of these folds, this part of the stomach of the ruminants, that is the reticulum, is also known as honeycomb. You can see here it is just resembling a honeycomb. Now it is also known as hardware stomach. It traps any foreign material that the animal may pick up. It is very thick and therefore harder to damage. Stores foreign objects so that damaging items do not go through the digestive tract. Honeycomb shape, you can see the shape is like honeycomb, and it helps open and close rumen, makes up 5% of the stomach, just 5% of the stomach, and certain nutrients are absorbed in this part of the stomach also. So this is about the second chamber, that is the reticulum. So food will be then passing into the second chamber, that is the reticulum. Moving on. Next chamber, that is the third chamber, is the omasum, and it is nicknamed as many plies. It is located on the right side of animal, makes 8% of the stomach, called many plies because it looks like pages of book, and it also helps in the absorption of nutrients. Next, last chamber, that is the abomasum, as we have already seen. So this is the fourth compartment of the stomach where true digestion occurs. On right side of it will be located on the right side of animal, 8% of stomach, and enzyme activity breaks down, that is the enzymatic activity takes place in this part of the ruminant stomach only, and it is also nicknamed as true stomach because the work of the stomach takes place in this part of the ruminant stomach only. So that's why sometimes it is also referred as true stomach of the ruminants. So this is about the different parts of the stomach. We have seen 4 parts are there, and these are about the different parts of the stomach. Now moving on to the other parts of the digestive system, that is the small intestine and the large intestine. So first of all, small intestine. So it is upper part of the small intestine where the complete digestion of the food and the nutrients are absorbed. So here in the ruminants also, the complete digestion of the food as well as the absorption will take place in the upper part of the small intestine only. It is long in length. It can be 150 feet long. It also helps in digestion. Then next we have large intestine, goes from the ileum to the anus and includes cecum, colon and rectum, as it is of course in human beings also. It helps in the absorption of water, and some vitamins and minerals are also absorbed in the large intestine. So this is about the digestive system of the ruminants. Now there are some other objects also, some other components also which are helping in absorption. So first one is the microbes that are present in the rumen. Bacteria or protozoas which live in stomach helps in the breakdown of the food that the ruminants take into their body. Next, some other components that are helping in digestion include saliva, as it is in human beings also, helps protect the stomach by acting as a buffer, contains alkaline which helps maintain the rumen microbial. Then pancreas, which helps in the breakdown of fat by secreting enzymes, and liver contains bile which helps in the digestion of fat. So these are the components which are helping in the process of digestion. So now let us just summarize whatever we have seen. So grass eating animals, they swallow the food quickly and store it in their rumen. So what do the grass eating animals do? Because they do not get lots of time to feed on, so they collect the food and they send it to the rumen. Rumen also inhabits cellulose digesting bacteria which establish a symbiotic relationship with the animal stomach. Digestion in ruminants is good example of symbiosis also, which we have seen in first chapter only. Microorganisms present in the stomach of ruminants help in digesting cellulose, and in turn obtain shelter and nourishment from the animal. A symbiotic relationship exists between microorganisms and the ruminants here. So also we can say, as rumen is full, so what will happen? The food is taken into second part of the stomach, the reticulum. The digestive juices of the reticulum partially digest the food. The partially digested food and the reticulum is only known as curd, that we had seen in the beginning. They chew the curd. So the partially digested food that is present in the reticulum is only known as curd. While resting, the cow brings back this curd into the mouth for regurgitation. Food is chewed completely and swallowed into abomasum for further digestion. Then the food moves into abomasum for digestion, brought about by digestive juices, and a large sac-like structure called the cecum lies between the small and the large intestine. So I suppose students, you have understood the process of the digestion. As you have seen that ruminants will first take the food into their stomach, and then from the first part of the stomach, that is the rumen, where microbes are present which helps in the digestion of cellulose, the food will then go on to the second part, that is the reticulum. From the reticulum, the food again comes back to the mouth. This partially digested food is only known as curd. So this curd will be chewed again, and then it will be sent to the next chamber, that is the abomasum, and finally the digestion process will go on. So the symbiotic bacteria present in the cecum help in the complete digestion of cellulose. Digestion of food is completed in the intestine, as the symbiotic bacteria are not present in the human digestive system. That's why, this is the reason why we cannot digest cellulose, because these bacteria which are helping in the digestion of cellulose are not present in our body. So students, this is all for this video, I suppose, and I hope you people have understood the digestion in ruminants. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can ask the questions. So thank you everyone once again.